Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video. Oh my god, I finally got my hands on the Shadow Sculpt palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. This was started out as a mystery palette, but then she showed the palette and there was a first pre-order, then a second pre-order, and now she's about to do a third as well, and for good reason. Like, look at the packaging on this, but look at this freaking color story. I lost my mind, like my jaw hit the floor when I swatched this palette. The shimmers are so freaking good. I mean, look at this eye look. It literally speaks for itself. But the mattes, you guys. Oh my god, these grungy mattes. I am so ready. So excited. I cannot wait to show you guys how I created this look. We're going to create another one, and I hope you're ready because we're about to have such a good time. So, if this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe. And if you do, don't forget to click the little bell so you can be reminded of all my future uploads. And with that being said, we got to keep talking about this palette. First, I'd mention it when I was doing the look, but look at the new background, you guys. We're getting ready for fall. The fall launches are already happening, so I prepared, you know. I'm excited and ready for fall to be here, ready to see the fall and Halloween launches. I'm so excited, and we've already had some good ones, but I feel like this is giving those vibes as well, even though technically this was a summer launch. But my, oh my, is this not such a beautiful palette? And honestly, like, the pictures and stuff just do not do this justice. These shimmers are so beautiful. These are the most reflective shimmers that they've done in a while, and I've always loved their shimmers, but these are really special, and I'm happy to have this in my hands. So right now, like I said, they are talking about doing a third pre-order. I'll have any information I can get on that down below in the description box, but this retails for $68 US. If you are interested, it is a beautiful 12 pan palette. You get 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. You have holochromes in here and multichromes. They're all like pretty special shades, high shine metallics, and all of those really fun things. I love them. Also, the pans in this palette are magnetic as well. I think it's so good. I'm like thinking, can I use like some of these shades for blush? You know, sometimes I want a weird blush and you just can't find that. But yeah, so if you pick this up, let me know down below, like, if you've gotten it, what your thoughts are on it. I know she had some issues with shipping, but let me just say, like, I've had issues with shipping a lot lately. Customs is taking forever. Like, I'm still waiting on my Cosmic Brushes palette. My Odin's Eye palettes took forever to get to me. The LAMINATION palettes are still not here, and I picked them up a while ago because they're all stuck in customs. So, like, it's annoying to have to wait on a pre-order, yes, but it's really understandable because, like, you just don't know what's going to happen when it gets to the border. And right now with the tariffs and all of that stuff, everything is like really messy. So it's not really the brand's fault, you know. So you got to have a little patience with the pre-order or you're going to go nuts waiting. Just keep that in mind. But I will tell you, this was worth every second of the wait, and I'm happy. So with all of that being said, I'm going to shut up now, you guys, and we're going to get into this look. I love this with my whole entire heart. I don't know how I'm going to create another look that really tops this, but we're going to try. So let's go ahead and get into look number 1. So I am zoomed out right now because I was so excited to show you guys the backdrop. I cleaned my filming room yesterday which it desperately needed, and I feel like a whole new person. Like, why do I put it off? You know, it feels so good when it's done. But I love the backdrop so much, so I'm waiting on some vines to put on these shelves back there, so it's not like so green, but I do really love the way that it all like turned out. I think it's really, really pretty, but you're gonna have to let me know what you think. I know it's August, it's not fall yet, but one thing you must know about me, I love fall. I love fall decor, but the reason I love fall so much is because that's when the like new releases for fall and Halloween start trickling in, and that makes it my favorite time of the year, and we're already starting to see fall launches. So to me, it just made sense to go ahead and do it. That way I can have it up for as long as possible before I transition it to Halloween. And I'm excited. I think it's so freaking cute. I love it. But let's talk about what's on my face already, at least the blush and, you know, the cheek products. So for blush, I did the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush in the shade Alive, and I feel alive, you know, it's a great shade name. But for highlighter, I did the KALEIDOS Space Age Prophecy highlighter, and this one is gorgeous, and it goes so freaking well with this palette. And I was gifted this from Heather Austin. She was very kind and sent me a few of them, and I'm so happy to have them. That one is definitely my favorite, but I think it's so beautiful, and it's gonna go with the shimmers so well. But for lips, I did Cafe and Khaki from Unearthly Cosmetics, two of my favorite lip pencils, and I just topped it with my Fenty Glow from Fenty Beauty, just for now at least. I might keep it, but I might end up changing it because I don't like to miss an opportunity to wear one of my like lipsticks from Unearthly because I love their funky colors. But now we're gonna get into the palette. This palette is freaking gorgeous. I lost my mind. This might be my new favorite. We'll have to see. But I am so familiar with Unearthly Cosmetics. My collection with them is massive. It makes up a huge part of my collection. I have a ton of products from them, so I am very familiar with their formula, but I am so excited to have this one in my hands. This color story is just breathtaking, and I have a good idea for today's look. Also, these earrings came from, you know, Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. She has her jewelry line, Style Just for Fun, I think it's called, and they're so cute. I love the color of them, but they're gonna go so well with the fall launches, and I'm excited to have them. They're actually gonna go really well with the Dive Written collection that just launched. I did pick up that full collection, and I cannot wait to get it. It is freaking gorgeous. Now let's get into the palette. I am excited. These shimmers are so good. You can see my Red Bull, but hey, and my coffee, but I'm excited to play with these shimmers. They're so stunning. But let's see, I think I wanted to start with Milk Moth, which is this really beautiful shade. So pretty. I actually haven't filmed in a few days. We've been like decluttering our house, and our niece, I mentioned in another video, our niece moved in with us, and we like switched our bedroom, so like she could have a bedroom because we were using our spare as like storage. And our house is a mess right now because we've pulled everything out and we're like going through everything. You know how it is. But yeah, I'm excited that I have a room that's not chaotic right now. So I'm excited to be back here filming. So we're going to dip into that shade, Moth Milk, and I'm going to do that with an E08 with change brushes. And we're just going to run this through the whole crease. I really want to focus this like on the inner corner. I'll probably like switch to the E06 once we like, you know, really pack it on with the E06 in the inner corner. Now, if I would have done a white base, this probably would have been even better. But I was feeling lazy today and I just did concealer. My body is not used to all the physical labor we've been doing lately, so I'm really feeling lazy. But I switched over to the E06 and now we're going to pack it on. See, you really get that punch. This shade is so stunning. Oh, I already know what liner I'm going to do. Probably Afterlife from Melt. I did order a new one because I didn't keep the lid that goes inside, like under the actual like outside lid, and mine is like messing up. It's like starting to dry out, so I did order another one, and I'm glad because they don't tend to keep those in stock very long, but that is one of my favorite liners in my collection. If you like these like kind of chartreuse types of shades, it's such a good liner, and their formula is so nice. I really love it. So let's do the lower lash line. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm just gonna run this along the lower lash line. Okay, I'm really excited about using these two shades together. So we're gonna switch to this shade, Toad Flex, and I'm just using the E06 to pack this on, but these colors together are gonna be delicious. I had a good feeling. Oh, and it was not wrong at all. That is so pretty. And again, I'm just going to take the E04 and run this along the lower lash line as well. We even have some hollows in this palette, like sign me up. Like you could do this all over the lid and that would be such a cool look, especially with this shirt that I got off Amazon thanks to Betty Jean. She gives some great recommendations, but the hollow would be so pretty all over the lid too. This hollow is so pretty. Oh, I love it. But, you know, I'm going to take it a step further. So I'm going to just clean off my E06. And we're going to go into the shade Bog Heart, that deep green. And I just want to use some of this out here. I don't want to lose a lot of that brightness, but ooh, even that shade on that is really pretty too. Oh, I love that. That makes me kind of want to take it over further. Even though I just said I don't want to lose the brightness, which I don't, but that combo is giving. I'm not done with that. I still have to blend and stuff, you see, like, but I do want to go ahead and run some of that same shade on the lower lash line with the E11 because I want to be able to see like the angle that I want to take this in without accidentally like taking it over too far. I kind of like to use it as a guide. And then I'll take the E04 just to help me blend that out. Okay, so taking Toad Flex, which is that green on the E08, and I'm just blending the edges of this deep green. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the E27 from Sigma and go back into that deep green, and then I'll just work on building up the depth. So I have been like on this big fantasy kick reading, and I love fantasy, but I have switched back to thriller, which you guys know like about my PTSD and my anxiety. Like that's why I kind of had to step back from it for a while, because it was very triggering, which sucked because I do love thriller as well. But I have been reading again, and so far it's been going well. And I started rereading the Melinda Lee series. It's the Bree Taggart, but it's really good, and she just came out with a new book in that series, so I'm excited to be reading it again. But she basically works, she's a police detective, and Homicide, and it's a really good series. I really like her as an author. I like a lot of her books. And Kendra Elliott, I like her a lot as well. And the Robert Dugoni, Tracy Crosswhite series is one of my freaking favorites. I lost my mind over that series. I know there's a new one that just came out, but I'm waiting for the audio version to come out, because sometimes, like, when I'm you know, like doing the other eye off camera or doing links and stuff, I do like to listen to them as well, and that's how I'm able to read so many books in a year. Like, I've already read 72 books this year, which is a lot, I am aware, but I love reading so much, so I do like to read and listen. So I've been waiting for the audio version of the new Tracy Crosswhite book to come out, but I just wanted to give you guys some recommendations in case you like to read as well. I know some of you guys do. So I'll like deal with this outer corner more after I get the shimmers and stuff down, but let me just say, these mattes are freaking delicious. This color story is so good, worth the wait, definitely worth the wait. So I'm gonna go in with some CLIONADH Shine On, and I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. Now this is the part I am so freaking excited for. Besides that, I cannot wait to play with this shade tomorrow. It's so pretty. Why is my camera not focusing this shade? It's so pretty. For now, we're going to do Toxic Dew to start with. This shade, you guys, the way I lost it. Do you see that? That's insane. I mean, I know I've shown you swatches, but you know me. Like, I just have to show you more. They're so pretty. I can't stand it. So that's what we're going to do on most of this lid. And I love, like, that fiery flip. And I think it's going to add so much fun to this look. And that flip is why I did the blush and highlight that I did. And it makes me wonder if I should do that melt liner, or if maybe I should add in some orange, or maybe I could do both. Like, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Yes. That is so pretty. I can't, you guys, that is so pretty. And the combo, like, oh my God, it's so good. I'm telling you, Amanda from Unearthly is a genius when it comes to color. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do for the inner. I was thinking Phthalight. That could be really cool. But we could also do Wilted Wings. Which one? Both would be pretty, honestly. I feel like Phthalight might be cool because it's gonna really bring out that bright bluish, like whatever that is. It's more of a mint. I don't know how to describe it. I'm really bad at describing colors, but let me grab an E01 and some setting spray, and we're gonna go into that. That's this like marbled shade here. So pretty. No. Ooh, that is pretty. But I'm thinking maybe I should have just done this for the inner corner. Oh, I got some in my eye. Oh, that's so pretty in the inner corner. I don't know if I'm feeling it on the lid though. So I'm gonna take some more of Toxic Dew and kind of go over the top of that. Then I'll go in with that other shade, the Hollow, the Wilted Wings, the other one I showed you. And we'll do that right here on this part. I'm getting fallout, but I didn't spray my brush either. So that's on me. Now that's it. I should have just went with that one and then put that in the inner corner like how it is. I think that's so pretty. But I'm gonna take a dry E01 and use it to kind of smooth that out in the inner corner. So like I said, I just want to smooth this out. I don't like spraying my inner corner shades because I do feel like it makes them too opaque. So now let's do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, and I'm going to start with the shade Wilted Wings, and I'm definitely going to spray it. And we're going to start with this one. Apparently I missed the brush. Let's try that again. We are going to start with this shade right here. Then going into Toxic Dew, which might be my new favorite shade in the whole world. It's hard to tell because there's so many pretty ones in here. But I'm just going to place this here. Now let's work on this outer corner a little more. I do want to blend right here so that the shimmer and matte all like blend together nicely. So I'm just using the E27 and I'm just blending that deep green into that shimmer. I like to do it at an angle. It kind of gives that elongated eye effect. But this is the eye look. I'm gonna go finish this off camera and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. But I'm so excited for you guys to see this because I think it's really beautiful. I might make a reel and show you early because I can't help myself. I love this so much. I'm back with the finished look and oh my god, I just love the way this turned out. I think it's so beautiful with that like orange glitter reflect and that pretty blue shade. I just think it's so pretty. It makes me so happy. And I just, there's like so many different looks that you could create with this palette. I really don't know the direction I want to go in tomorrow. Like these three colors like I used today with these two shades alone would be so pretty. I'm really drawn to that, but I have to play with this shade too, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do something with that tomorrow. That shade would also be pretty with the shade that I used on my eye today, but of course I don't want to use the same shades. I want to try to dip into some of these other shades, and they're otherworldly. Like they are just truly so freaking stunning, and I can't wait to create some more looks with it. They just make me so happy. They're so reflective. So with my lips, I changed out my lip liner and I went in with the shade Fiery from Unearthly Cosmetics. I like the little orange tint it gave the gloss, and I think it all ties together really nicely. But for mascara, I actually used two. So I started out with the one from Bella Beauty Bar, but this one is almost out, so I had to go in with another. I do plan on picking up another one of these because this mascara is freaking fantastic. But I used the Lash IDOLE. It's the Flutter extension from Lancome, and I like that one too. But I also used these lashes from the Melt and Bailey Sarian collection. This is the second collab that they did, and I haven't used them yet. So when I cleaned my room yesterday, I found these, and I was like, why haven't I used these? They are so beautiful and tapered and wispy. Like you can see like how thin they start out, and then they get thicker towards the end. I think they're stunning. But for liner, I used three. So I did Afterlife in this back half of the eye, and then I did Exit in the front half. Then I did the orange from Glisten Cosmetics, and then I went back over it with Exit to lighten it so I could make it more like that glitter shade, and I think it worked out really, really nice. But this was so much fun, and I really had such a blast creating this look. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of it. I don't know how I'm going to top it because, I mean, I just think it's such a vibe. But let me know what you guys think of it down below, and let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. I am back for look number 2, and I am in one hell of a time crunch. So quickly, what's on my cheeks is one of the blush butters from Cosmic Brushes or Cosmic Beauty. This is in the shade Nutmeg. I love it. And I'm wearing one of my favorite highlighters from Unearthly, the first one I ever tried, and it's in the shade Mirage, and it looks beautiful on this blush. It's pulling through more of that gold, and I think it'll be so pretty with the palette. But for lips, I did the same combo I started with yesterday, which was Cafe and Khaki with the Fenty Glow lip oil. And as I said yesterday, I love the combo, but I am excited for today's look. But hopefully I can, you know, get through it kind of quickly. I'm trying to remember what I wanted to do. Oh, I do remember. The mattes are like really easy, kind of like yesterday, but I'm gonna start with the shade Sunrot. Love that shade name too, by the way. I think it's really cool. But I'm gonna start with an E06 and pack this through the crease first and then blend it out with a bigger brush. So I'm just gonna pat out the creases. I just did concealer again today because, like I said, I'm in a time crunch, but I am excited to be using this shade, and oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Oh, I love this color. All these murky tones. So it's actually really early this morning that I'm filming this. I'm getting ready to go to a nail appointment, plus we have like a bunch of errands to run. But I had like such a bad dream last night, and I just hate it. Like when I wake up in that funk, you know what I mean? It's just the worst. But hopefully I can shake it off at some point today. But I'm switching over to an E03. I picked up more product, and I'm just using this brush to blend this up and out. Honestly, the mattes are beautiful, but I think the star of the show today is definitely going to be the shimmers. But I'm going to use an E04 and just do the same thing on the lower lash line. This color goes so well with that highlight shade. Okay, so now I want to use this shade, Slug Skin, and I'm gonna just use this to deepen up the crease, and I'm just using the E06. And I was wondering if this shade would go deep enough so I wouldn't have to add a darker color, but it looks like it might be deep enough. And after this part, we're gonna have to figure out the shimmers because I'm not exactly sure yet what I want to do. But I do want to just pack this on and build it up. I love those two together. I'm going to switch to the E08. That way I can kind of bring this up even higher. Yeah, I like the look of that. And then I'll just go in with some of that first shade Sunrot and use that to blend out the edges. And then I'll run some down here on the lower lash line as well, but I'm going to use a different brush. Let me find an E11. Okay, so I'm going to switch to an E25 from Sigma. That way I can really deepen this up out here in the outer corner and pack it on. You see how it like gives it a little more depth with this brush. And I love the look of that. That way it really gives that smoky effect that we all know that I love so much. The only matte I haven't used in this palette is this cream shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an E01 and I'm going to pack on some of that shade Sunrot first in the inner corner. I just love that undertone of that shade. It's so pretty. But then I'm going to go in with that shade Flesh Cap and lighten it. And that shade's got some pretty good pigment, honestly, because that did a really good job of brightening that up. Like I said, the mattes were super easy, so now I'm just going to go in with some Shine On Glitter Glue from CLIONADH. And then we're going to figure out this shimmer situation. Or at least I am. I'll be back once I figure all that out. So honestly, that was really easy. I was trying to decide by these three, but I think I figured it out. So I'm going to start with this shade, Spirit Glow. And I want to run this on most of the lid. I like how it's going to give like that orange pop of color. I think that's going to be really pretty. It really ties in with that highlight too. I love that. And then I also love, like, you have these two greens here, this one and this one. So this one is like, the name of it's Moon Moss, and I mean it's totally giving moss. But then you have this one, Glimmer Grub. Either one would work, but I'm gonna go in with the one that's more cool toned. I like how bright it is, and I feel like it's gonna add some contrast to this inner corner situation and be really cool. These shimmers are very shifty, like very sparkly and beautiful. I really, really love them. They're so pretty. So I just picked some up on my E01 and sprayed it with some MAC Fix Plus. And I mean, that speaks for itself. She is so reflective. But I also want to do some in the inner corner. For that, I'm going to clean off that one that I used the matte shadows with. So I'm going to use this shade. I did use some of that yesterday. That's the Hollow. And I'm going to use that on a dry brush. And just use some of this in the inner corner. Going in with some of that shade Spirit Glow, that orange one. I'm going to add some of this right here in the center. Then I'll use some of that shade Glimmer Grub on the rest. There in the front half. And just the final touch, I'm going to use an E27 and go back into some of that shade Slug Skin. And I'm going to just make sure this is nicely blended out here. I kind of like to go between the matte and the shimmer and just tap until I get it nicely blended the way I like. And this is the eye. Like I said, this was super easy. Did not take very long at all, but it is very impactful, very reflective and beautiful, and I love it. But I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, so I have a whopping 2 minutes before I have to be in the car and leaving. But real quick, I love this look. I think it turned out so beautiful. And for mascara, I used the MAC Stack because I need waterproof today. I used 2 liners. Exit from ColourPop and Cultura. This one is no longer available, but I really do love it. I wish they would bring it back because it's so pretty. And I did the same lashes that I did yesterday, the ones from Melt and the Bailey's Sarian collab. But let me go ahead and get you guys zoomed out and we're going to talk about this palette. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. I had a freaking blast with this. This is beautiful, and oh my god, you guys, the color story is 10 out of 10, but these shimmers are so beautiful, so fun and reflective. I am so happy to have this in my collection. I've used, let's see, I've used every shade in the palette except for this one shimmer. And dare I say, I think this is my new favorite from Unearthly Cosmetics. I hope she brings it back because it is like 10 out of 10, so freaking good. And I love the looks that I created with it. Now, I will say, like, if she doesn't bring it back, I think the Diverin collab might be sort of similar. I haven't gotten it yet, but we'll have to see. I'll let you guys know. But I think it's so beautiful. I know the mattes in that will be, there will be some similarities. But all in all, I had so much fun with this. It is the same great formula that Unearthly always has. But I do feel like the shimmers are more reflective than what they typically are, which I do love both formulas, in case you were wondering my thoughts on that. But you're gonna have to let me know if you guys picked this up. If so, have you gotten it in yet? What are your thoughts on it? I cannot wait to hear from you. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and thank you so much for watching it all the way till the end. Let me know which look was your favorite, and until next time, bye.